Hadith number 16. Aban narrates from Sulaym. Sulaym said, we returned with Amir al-Mu'mineen from Siffin. The army stopped near a Christian chapel. An old man from the chapel came towards us. He was a good man. He had good features, and was handsome, and had a book in his hand. He came to Amir al-Mu'mineen and greeted, saying, Caliph. So Ali alayhi salam said to him, O my brother Shamun ibn Hamun, may God have mercy on you, how are you? He replied, I am all right, O Amir al-Mu'mineen and the successor of the Prophet of the Lord of the worlds. I am one of the descendants of one of the companions of your brother Isa ibn Maryam alayhi salam, and I am from Shamun ibn Yohanna, who was the trustee of Ibn Maryam alayhi salam, and he was the best of the 12 ones of Isa ibn Maryam, and was most loved and his favorite. Isa ibn Maryam made him his trustee and gave his books, knowledge and wisdom to him. People of his house had accepted firmly the deen of Isa ibn Maryam and were obedient to his laws. They did not become kafir or change it or add or subtract anything. All these books which Isa ibn Maryam had to write are present with me, and my father has written it with his own hands. It contains all that people will do after him, each king, and for how many days each king's kingdom will last, and what will happen in each king's reign until God will create one person from Arab and from the children of Ismail ibn Ibrahim Khalilur Rahman, friend of the Beneficent, who will have connection with that piece of land called Dihama, from a village by the name of Makkah. He will be called Ahmad, who will have big eyes. His eyebrows will be joined, and will be riding on camel and donkey, and will have a stick and a crown. He will have 12 names. Then he told when he will declare himself to be a prophet, and his birthplace, migration, and who will fight against him, who will help him, who will bear enmity towards him, how many days will he live, and after his death what difference will occur in his ummah. And in it are the names of all imams who will be guided, and names of all imams who will misguide, until God makes Isa ibn Maryam descend from the sky. And he said that the book has mentioned names of 13 people who will be from the descendants of Ismail ibn Ibrahim Khalilullah, and these are the best of all those that Allah has created, and from his creations these are the most loved ones of Allah, and Allah is his friend who bears friendship with them, and he is enemy of those who bear enmity towards them. Whoever obeys them will be guided, and whoever disobeys them will be misguided. Their obedience for Allah is his obedience, and their disobedience is for Allah is his disobedience, and it is a sin. Their names are written in this book, their family tree is written, and their merits are written, and of them how many days will each remain alive, one after the other, and from them how many people will hide their deen, and hide from their community, and who will be present from them, whose kingdom it will be, and whom people will obey, until Allah at the time of the last one makes Isa ibn Maryam descend, and Isa alayhi salam will pray behind him, and he will say, you are an imam, that it is inappropriate for anyone to stand in front of you, so he will be in front, and people will recite prayer behind him, and Isa will be behind him in the first row, and their first one will be the best of all, and their last one will be rewarded equal to the reward of all of them, and the reward of all of those that accepted guidance by the guidance of their Imam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ahmad is Allah's Prophet. His name is Muhammad, Yasin, Dasha, Nun, Fateh, Khatim, Hashir, Aqib, Mahi, and he is Prophet of God, and friend of Allah, and Habib, lover of Allah, and his chosen one, and his trustee, Amin, and his selected, Qiyada, and Allah knew that he will be a descendant of those who prostrated, that he is a descendant of prophets of Allah, will talk to him, with his mercy, and when he talks about him, he will talk about him. He will be the most honorable of the entire creation, and will be most cherished by Allah. Allah has not created anything, be it the nearest angel or Nabi Mursal, one who brought laws, Adam, or anyone apart from him who is better than him in the eyes of Allah and is dear to Allah than him. On the Day of Judgment, Allah will make him sit on throne, and whomever he intercedes for, he will accept his intercession. The pen, Qalam, flowed in the tablet, which is the original book, with his name and his remembrance, and Muhammad is Prophet of Allah. Then his brother, on the Day of Judgment, which is the Hashr Akbar, when absolutely everyone will become alive, will be Sahibul Liva, and will be the bearer of Levi Hamd, which is a standard flag. He is his brother, his successor, his vizier, and in his ummah is his caliph. In the eyes of Allah, after the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the most loved among his entire creatures is Ali ibn Abi Talib, and after him the Holy Prophet. He is governor of every believer. Then 11 Imams, who will be from the children of the first one of the 12, will be those whose names will be Harun's 2 sons, Shabbar and Shabir, and 9 will be from the younger 2, and he is Hussein, who will be one after another. Their last one will be the one behind whom Isa will recite the prayer, and in this book there are names of each one whose kingdom it will be, and who will hide his religion and who will not hide his religion. So the first among them who will present himself will fill all the cities with justice and fairness, and will be the owner of East and the West, until Allah will make him overpower all religions. When the Holy Prophet declared his prophethood, my father was alive, and he accepted his prophethood and believed and witnessed that he ﷺ is Prophet of Allah. My father was very old. He had no strength to walk about. He died and had told me that the successor and the Caliph of Muhammad, whose name and quality are in this book, will shortly pass from you, when the period of the 3 Caliphs who will misguide and will call people towards hell will be over. Their names, tribes, and quality are also present, and how many days will each one rule. So when he passes through you, go to him and pay allegiance to him, and along with him fight against his enemy, because to fight alongside with him is same as fighting alongside with Muhammad. His friendship is like friendship with Muhammad, and enmity with him is like enmity with Muhammad. And in this, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, there will be 12 Imams, who will be from Quraysh, and from his ﷺ tribe. People will bear enmity towards his Ahlul Bayt. They will be stopped from their rights, and they will be killed. They will be forced out of their hometown and will be deprived, and people will choose to stay away from them. They will be threatened. Their names and qualities one by one are written. Of them, how many days will each one rule, and over what they will rule, and the difficulties that your children will face from them, and your helpers and followers will be threatened, suffer hardship and killed, and how Allah will protect you from them, their friends and helpers, and what destitution, war, and humiliation, killing, and threats your Ahlul Bayt will suffer. He continued, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, raise your hand. I want to pay allegiance to you. Indeed, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness definitely that Muhammad is his slave and messenger, and I bear witness that you are in his ummah, his caliph, and his successor, and a witness over entire creation, and on his earth are his hujjat, authority, and surely Islam is the religion of Allah. And I am away from all those religions that are in opposition to Islam, because it is that religion of Allah which He has chosen and has selected for His friends, and it is the religion of Isa ibn Maryam salam, and it was also the religion of those prophets and messengers before him. It is that religion that my ancestors chose, and no doubt I love you, and I love your friends, and I choose to be away from your enemies, and I am a friend of the 11 Imams from you, and I choose to be away from enemies and those who oppose him, and are away from and those who usurped their rights and oppressed them, be they from the beginning of the end. Then he stretched his hand and paid allegiance to him, and then Amir al-Mu'mineen said to him, "Give me your book." He had the book. So Ali alayhi salam said to one of his companions, "Go with this man and have one translator with you who understands what he is saying and can write it clearly in Arabic in detail for you." He bought the book, and when the book was brought to Ali alayhi salam, said to his son Hassan alayhi salam, "O son, bring that book which I have given you." He brought the book. Ali alayhi salam said, "O my son, read it." Then he said, "O so and so, read what you don't know in this book, because it is written by my hands and dictated to me by the Holy Prophet." And then he made him read. There was not even an alphabet in disagreement to it, nor was it before or after. It was like one person had dictated to two people. At that time, Amir al-Mu'mineen thanked Allah and praised him and said, "Thanks be to Allah, for if He wished, there would not be differences in the Ummah, and there would be no sects. And thanks be to Allah that He has not forgotten me, and has not wasted my affairs, and has not hidden my remembrance from Him and His friends, when He has disgraced and hidden the remembrance of Shaitan and his group." All followers of Amir al-Mu'mineen who were present were very pleased by this incident and thanked Allah, and the hypocrites who had gathered around were very displeased, until I identified them with the color and expression on their faces.